What's up, guys, and thanks for joining me on another episode of Twisted Wrench Garage. As you guys can tell behind me here, we got Rambo behind us. Uncle Chai brought Rambo over to get some more work done to it. We still have a decent list of stuff that we want to get done when it comes to like tachometer. He also has the thermostat housing that has developed a leak. It's an old one, so it's not, you know, perfect. So he did order a new one. We're going to swap that out, use some gray RTV that's made for the water stuff, so we'll see if that'll help seal it up a little bit better. He also picked up some wing window seals for this truck, so we're going to try to see if we can get those knocked out today as well. Shouldn't be too bad. You guys have seen me do that before. He also picked up a lock strip for this windshield seal. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it or not because I've never done it before, but I mean, I'm going to take a look at it at least and see what we can do. I mean, worst case scenario, we run it up to a window shop and they throw it in for us. Oh well. And also we want to swap out this carburetor. The 650s just seems like it's a little too much for this 318, so he was able to snag up a 500 CFM Edelbrock that we're going to swap on. I shouldn't have to go through it or anything. It came off of a running vehicle, so that should be an easy swap on and off, good to go. But we do got to do some wiring for that tachometer. But we do have some stuff we need to get done. So ain't nothing else left to do but to get to work. But I do wanted to show you guys. Check it out. I went and got Winnie's paw prints tattooed on my hands. I think they turned out awesome. They're still healing, but the family went and did a whole tattoo session. The wife got a tattoo. My oldest son got a tattoo. It was a fun weekend last weekend. Speaking of last weekend, we did get some work done on this truck before we took off to go get those tattoos. Let me show you what we got done. So last weekend, well, the weekend before that, I think, he was actually able to snag up the cover for this that goes over the radiator from the core support. So we slapped that on. He did have a radiator shroud or fan shroud in his shed from Lucille, the 89 blue and silver truck you guys may remember from the channel early on, because that one ended up getting like electric fans and a fancy aluminum radiator. And so we went ahead and pulled that out of his shed and put that on here because we want to help with all this airflow. We went ahead and swapped out that fan clutch as well, because the fan clutch itself, it was what was giving the wobble, it wasn't the pulley. And then we also went ahead and took care of all the bracketry for this power steering pump. Got that back bracket from a parts truck out of the salvage yard. Or no, he actually went out of town to pick that up. Somebody actually had it. So we've got that put on there, and kind of give you guys an idea of how it gets put on. You have that back mount that goes from the timing cover back to the back of this power steering pump. That was one of the ones he was missing, as well as that triangle piece right there that's bolted to the back of that one. It goes from the water pump to the power steering pump and bolts to this front plate right here. So if you have these brackets and you're trying to figure out how to get this 70s style bracketry sorted out, this will kind of help you, hopefully. Alright, I went ahead and got this radiator drained a little bit. We're going to pull this radiator hose off. We're going to start working on this thermostat housing first, see if we can get this sealed up. I'm so tired of messing with antifreeze. It seems like all I've been messing with is cooling systems here lately.
Yeah, I went to get a set of heads with my little red.
Get this popped off and we'll get that out. Start getting this swapped out. Here we go. Alright, so here's that new housing. I went ahead and spent some time, got the engine side cleaned up. There's the new housing. They do have it kind of machined. It's a chrome one, but they do have this side kind of machined. I'm just going to go ahead and take a sander with some 150, and I'm just going to sand this down and make it to where we can actually get a good seal. So there's a little trick that my dad actually told me, because he's fought with chrome all his life when he was building vehicles, and he fought so many leaks, and he said, do this and this will solve your leaking problems. So I just typically just do what he told me. that's all it's going to take. So that should be good to go. We'll throw some gasket maker on her, new gasket. We'll slap it back together. All right, she's all glued together with a thin coat on both sides. Slap her back together. It did come with new hardware, but this intake's actually been drilled out before. So I'm gonna reuse the hardware that was already here. Yeah, might need to get a longer one for that, so I might need to find a longer bolt. Probably, actually, I'm gonna use this one of the new bolts. I lied. Because one of the new bolts is actually still the same size, so it's just a little bit of a longer bolt. I don't know if it'll go all the way in. We'll find out.
You're gonna find one.
Should. But I do need to find another one that's this thread. It looks like it's a 5/16. So, yeah, let me go see if I can find one of these and we'll swap that one out. All right, we went ahead and got that all patched up on the radiator hose and thermostat and all that. Like I said, you guys saw me do that prior. I think what we're gonna do now is we're gonna work on getting this carburetor swapped out. I think that's gonna be our next step. So, let's figure out how we got this on here. Okay. Might have to make some adjustments to this throttle cable. It looked like it was ready to pop off. So we'll have to look at that when we get this carburetor back on. Still got to undo that fuel line. Oh yeah, a little bit of pressure there.
Yeah, we got time for that fuel pump on this thing.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that weekend.
On yours?
One of the weekends prior, we actually had to do like 3 water fuel pumps on this darn thing because 2 of them were bad right out of the box. Pretty ridiculous. Can't get nothing good anymore these days, parts wise.
Yeah, like
Everything's just garbage.
Put that one we said was bad right back in the box, put it back in the shop.
I know, right? I looked at it.
I was like, the new one didn't work. So,
Got the difficult ones back in the bag.
yeah, I think that where that throttle cable goes, that bracket needs to be bent towards the driver's side. It's still set up for 2 barrel.
Oh. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Carburetor's off. Jeez. Pouring fuel everywhere.
You just need the wires off that choke.
Yeah. Yeah, that, and I gotta swap out. They don't have the Mopar adapter on here.
Yeah, one of them did. It's just that little bolt.
Huh. Well guys, we got an update here. Like I said, I've got the thermostat housing all patched up. We went ahead and patched up everything on this carburetor. It took me a while to get the throttle linkage set up because for some reason on every single one of these I touch, I've got to figure out the throttle linkage because I guess they just people don't know that you can, there's an adapter that you can buy that bolts right to the side of the carburetor that helps you, make it work with a Dodge. But luckily we had one of those sitting here at the shop, so I slapped that on there, got that all tightened up. We went ahead and swapped out the middle gasket between that two, and we went ahead and installed one of those Edelbrock sideline fuel lines. Go ahead and get that taken care of too. all this is all patched up. Next thing we want to try to take care of, I think, is going to be getting that Tach installed. So let's get a harness made up for that Tach so we can start getting all this wired up and get it working. All right, I've got my group of wires, red, white, green, and black, which is going to be for the tachometer, just chucked up here in the drill. I taped up the ends on both sides. All we're going to do is we're just going to pull it tight, and I'm just going to twist this up. And about there, I'd say, is probably good. So there we have a nice little harness bundled up. We ain't got to worry about cables going all over the place, and they'll stay together just like that. All you got to do is remove the tape. So let's get these added to the tachometer and start running them through the truck. All right, guys, I spent some time, went through and kind of got this tachometer kind of set in here. I went ahead and mounted it over here just with a little self tapper. This is where he wanted it. We were thinking either here or up here, and we decided to go down here. I just didn't want to have all those wires running down through that side. So we've got this all set in position and self tapped in. I went ahead and ran the wires down through the side over here, and what we've got down here, let me get you guys set up, show you guys what I got going on here. I know some people are noticing whenever I see some of these trucks, some people, they have their fuse box kind of dangling down here, and they're not real sure where it goes. If you pull these 4 screws from right here, their fuse box is right there. It actually has 2 little round hooks that hook onto it, and then it snaps into place right there. So let me show you what I did to get this tachometer some power. So I looked at this fuse panel right here, and I found that this number 10 fuse, which wasn't in there before, is for the AC. We don't have AC on this truck. So I'm just taking advantage of this circuit here. So I put a 10 amp fuse in it, and I've wired in my 12 volt accessory right to it. So it has its own safety fuse and all. Went ahead and wired up the ground up in here, just bolted it up inside there. The last thing we need to do is get this white wire connected to any of the orange wires that are underneath here, but make sure you check them before you attach it. The orange wires are generally going to be your interior dash lights. Make sure you use a test light to check those out, guys. You want to make sure. But we get that hooked up, and then the green on the negative of the side of the coil out there, and then this Tach should be up and going. So let me get this patched back up. I'm gonna get this white wire hooked up to an orange wire, and I'll see about finding one of them wires in there, and we'll get this going. Found my orange wire. I've got a test light on it with the lights on. There you go. We'll turn the lights off and it'll come right off. So we'll just tap that in. We just gotta put our fuse panel back up, and we're Tach installed. Well, guys, we got it all patched back up. There are a few things that we're gonna put off until I think next weekend or the weekend after, we'll see. And that's gonna be those wing window seals, because that's gonna take me probably, half a day to get that done. But we got a lot done today that we wanted to get done over the past couple weekends. Just been super busy. But we got that Tach installed, got the carb swapped, got the thermostat housing taken care of. Let's fire this old girl up and let's take a look at this Tach. All right, let's see. Goes to 0. Fires right up. Now I haven't done any carb tuning on this thing yet. This is exactly the way it was. It came off of a truck, I think, is what he said. Came off a running, driving vehicle. So we just slapped it on, and we'll go through a little bit of a tuning, and we'll get her set it out. Still runs real smooth. Got the Tach wire going all the way back over there, going to the coil negative, kind of hidden back there. Can't really tell that I did a whole lot in there. That carburetor seems to run pretty good. Yeah. Probably could, like I said, probably could use a little tuning. But I think this 500 CFM carburetor will be way better for this. And we'll keep an eye on that thermostat housing and make sure that that leak is taken care of as well. Man, this truck's coming a long way. Well, guys, I think this is where we're going to call it for this episode of Twisted Ridge Garage. We didn't get everything that we wanted to get done, but we got a lot done. We got that Tach installed, the thermostat housing taken care of, and the carb swap taken care of. And again, it's not a whole lot of work, but it's stuff that needed to get done. That 650 was just too big for this truck. That 318, it was not liking it that much fuel. So that's a good thing to know, I guess. That 318s, they're a lot happier with the 500 CFM. When it comes to the black truck, I think that black truck needs a 650. I think that 750 is too much for it. So I'm just kind of learning here. This truck's coming a long way. From the day we got it, when it was missing a lot of stuff, now it's actually got a lot more stuff back on it that's supposed to be there. Now, this is going to be just a slow process. Little by little, we're going to make this truck even nicer and nicer. You know? I'm happy with it. I'm really happy with it. It's a really cool truck. I'm definitely jealous of the 4-speed, but I mean, and I'm kind of jealous of the step side too, but I mean, what can I do? But again, guys, I think that's what we're going to call it. I did want to show you guys. I did get some tattoos this past weekend. I really like that. Winnie's paw prints on both my hands. Good memorial for her. But again, guys, I do appreciate you guys tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you guys in the next episode.